Are we expecting to need this tonight?
No, we just.
Is this new?
We just replaced them.
Huh?
We just replaced, so you have one and there's one, the direct button, so she hits that.
Good. Good evening. It's now 6 o'clock and I call to order the workshop of the Victoria City Council. Our workshops are informal, and with that, we'll just dive right into our agenda. There's one item on our workshop agenda this evening, which is to review and discuss nominations for our 2023 Community Builder Award. Ms. Hardy, before the council discusses, please provide an overview if you would.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Yes, the Community Builder is an annual award that the council awards to nominees. So we accept nominations every year, and during your volunteer appreciation event, which is historically held at the beginning of June, where you recognize volunteers, you also do award or you do award the Community Builder Award. It's not very eloquent there, to whoever was selected for that year. So our first year was the late Sergeant Michael Noterman, and last year was Mike Poppets, and this year you have 3 applications, 3 nominations from very deserving individuals and groups. And this evening you will just be discussing if there's anybody who rises to the top for you. So in the agenda packet was a copy of the nominations that were provided, and those there was one group and 2 individuals, and I from a staff perspective, I think they all do really great work in making this community the great community that it is, as do all of our volunteers, and it's going to be a difficult decision. And so with that, I can hand it over back to the council to discuss those nominations.
Thank you, Ms. Hardy. So just as a reminder for council and anyone who's listening, the Community Builder Program recognizes an individual, group, business, or organization that has, through their outstanding volunteerism or exemplary action, demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to making Victoria a better place today and for the future. So that is a big task for any volunteer, but we are so fortunate here in the city of Victoria that we have a number of folks who fit that criteria every year. So with that, council, I start the discussion here. I am happy to open the floor, but I'm also happy to start with my selection of the Victoria Garden Club. So I love what they do to our community. It beautifies it. It enhances everything about our streetscape here in Victoria. Our parks get taken care of, and that garden club comes in with force and all their talent and does marvelous work for us. So that, of all these great selections here, I would nominate the garden club. So council, with that, let's hear from you.
I think they're all deserving.
Councilmember Rife.
All deserving.
Yes.
I was impressed with all the parties, individuals and groups. I will say I am Jim Honeycutt is a fellow neighbor, and rarely gets recognized. People don't even know he's out there, but he does such a great job, and so again, they're all deserving. But my recommendation is Jim Honeycutt for the work he does on the streets, and rain, snow, or shine, he's out there cleaning up.
I know, it's
So,
a marvelous thing, yeah.
It's great.
All right. Thank you, Councilmember Rife. Others, Councilmember Ivansky?
Well, let's take it in clockwise order then.
All right.
Bringing in at 5 o'clock. I share everybody's opinion. This is probably a difficult decision because if I could give it to all 3, I would. In my view, I share the mayor's feelings that the Victoria Garden Club is deserving of the award this year. And I think the thing that pushes it over the limit for me is that it takes effort to put the group together. and corral everybody, get everybody on the same page. I mean, flowers are as different as individuals, and getting people to agree on things that this looks good. And then putting shovels in the ground and cleaning up and organizing, that in itself says to me, this is building community. And I think that just the name itself, community builder, is confusing enough that people think that, is it somebody who's swinging hammers? In this case, no, it's shoveling dirt and making a nice impact. So that's where my head is at on.
Well said, Councilmember Evansky, well said. Councilmember Roberts.
I will agree with the two of you. I think, again, they're all worthy. I think each of them have their positives. But yes, I was gonna say the exact same thing Greg said, is it's called community builder, right? And I think, right, talking about making friends in public, right, and then bringing together and cleaning things up and doing the garden, it seems like a no-brainer to, that it's building that community, so.
Awesome. Well, it looks like we've got a consensus and also agreement with all of our nominees. We're all deserving. So with that, it looks like we have clear direction for staff. I'm seeing a nod from staff. Very good. And so with that, there's no further items on our agenda this evening. So we are adjourned until our council meeting begins at 6:30.